All right, astrologer Georgia Nicols is back with us again. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. In fact, to meet you,
yeah,
by the way.
nice to meet you as well. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan. So.
And what sign are you?
Taurus.
A Taurus.
May 9th, yeah.
Well, you know what we say about Taurus, or maybe you don't.
No.
Good food, good wine, good sex, and a nice place to live.
Well, there you go.
You can't argue, eh?
No, you can't argue with that. That's pretty good. Now, you're going to talk, obviously, about William and Kate. They're being married on Friday.
Yes. And
I walked up here, and when you came up here, I said to you, well, how do they look? And you were like, whoa, unbelievable. So,
unbelievable. The fact is, some astrologers really cover the royals.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
However, I obviously did this for this TV station,
sure.
right? I was shocked. I was shocked to see, especially by contrast of Charles and Di, how fantastically well these two people are fitting. And I'm just going to explain it to you.
Yeah, for sure.
He is a Cancer with Moon in Cancer.
Okay.
She's the very opposite sign, Capricorn, with Moon in Cancer. Now, opposite signs attract, because the sign opposite your ascendant is your house of marriage. So right off the bat, just the fact that he's a Cancer and she's a Capricorn, that alone is incredible.
Okay.
Now, they both have the same moon. They both have Moon in Cancer. And if you meet anybody and your moon is in the same element as them, it's easier to live with them. Well, they not only have the moon in the same element, they have the moon in the same sign. Furthermore, Moon in Cancer means that I have my moon in Cancer too.
Right.
It means you're very nurturing and very sensitive and whatnot. And so they will be very nurturing and to each other, take care of each other. It also shows how close he was to his mother. They're both close to their mother, by the way. They're both very influenced by their mother. Then in addition, for example, with Di and Charles, they knew each other 6 months.
Right.
And they were 12 years apart.
Okay.
In astrology, you're not an adult until you are over 30. Because you have to go through something we call your Saturn return. So when you're born, you have your Saturn somewhere, I have Saturn somewhere, and then when you're around 28, 29 years old, your Saturn returns to that sign, and it stays there for 2.5 years. And during your Saturn return, you undergo something that is serious. It gives you increased responsibilities. Because Saturn rules the law courts, it often means that you undergo something that requires a legal signature, a marriage, a divorce, the birth of a child. So they are both in their Saturn return.
Wow.
Because they both have Saturn in Libra. They are both under 30, so they're both still together, like, you know. Whereas with Di and Charles, he was an adult and she was 20. So, and knew each other 6 months. These two have been dating for 8 years. But beyond that, their chart is incredibly so fitting, in addition to which it's similar. They both have Mars in Libra. They both have Jupiter in Scorpio. They both have Saturn in Libra, etc., because they're so close in age. So this means they can share the same joys, and they share the same insecurities and fears.
Now, when you mention that they protect each other,
definitely,
he obviously knows what can happen with what happened with his mom and the way she died. So, and what can happen as a royal as well. So, do you see that in him being a protector of her?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because even though he's Sagittarius rising, that's very late, 27 degrees. He's virtually Capricorn rising. So they're both quite proper. They both have Jupiter and Scorpio, which would mean if you met them personally, you'd spill your guts to them. Jupiter and Scorpio people, you talk to them, but they keep their secrets. Now,
there's Kate Middleton's chart.
Right.
So kind of give us an idea of what's going on there.
Well, to begin with, when we look at her chart, you'll see that the sun, that little round circle, is sitting there at 9 o'clock. That means that I don't know the time of day she's born. So I have put it there sort of falsely, but it still works. Now, in her chart, the very highest thing right at high noon looks like the letter H. That is the planet Saturn. So it means that she will be viewed by society as proper, correct, responsible, dependable, reliable, honest. All of that. And she is, right? She is.
Now, sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, how about the timing of their wedding? Is it a good time to have their wedding?
Yes, I did the chart, too. Their wedding is going to be Leo rising, and Leo is the sign of royalty and theatricality and everything. So, and I did the chart of the other famous wedding, right? But this wedding has much more hoopla, which I didn't think it was going to, but apparently, and all the planets are at the top. they're going to be a very famous couple. They're going to travel a lot. They're always going to look successful. They're going to talk a lot, and they're going to be discreet.
Really?
Yes. We will not get any scandals out of this couple, I'm very sure.
Now, how about, you've done Prince William's chart as well. Now, does it sort of lead you to believe that something dramatic is going to happen to him in the next few years? Because a lot of people are wondering if they're going to skip Charles and he become king.
That's an interesting thing. Personally, I would doubt that.
Okay.
And I happen to be a big fan of Prince Charles. I know that he's had a lot of bad PR. Oh, my God, when they listened on his cell phone, that was so bad.
Yeah.
But I love the guy. I think because I love architecture, and he's trying to protect the decent architecture in London.
Sure, yeah.
I love that. I love that he's into ecology. No, I think they'd be nuts. And he, by the way, personally is Leo rising.
Okay.
His rising sign is the same as their wedding. No, he's very kingly. He's more kingly than William.
He is.
Yeah, just as a person.
So William and Kate may be the next ones to do a lot of philanthropic work and things like that. And you mentioned going around
they're always going to look
traveling.
like a great couple.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that people really want to know is, do they really love each other? And they do.
They do, eh?
They do.
Well, good stuff. Well, that's good to hear.
It's
well,
sweet.
they're going to be off to a good start then, apparently, which is good.
Yeah.
It's great to have you in here.
It's nice meeting you,
Enjoy this kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So, all right.